Yeah, LOZ. We gotta bring it out. Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah, hey. Hey, hey, yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Hey, yeah. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. LOC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Bring it out. LOC got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. We gotta wake up the sheep. My people falling asleep. We got to show now. We put in that work and now we put the work in the streets. We trying to build up the nation. Be patient. My people been facing defeat. We teach and repentance. We deep in them trenches. You know that we bringing the heat. We just putting demons like everything. Waking up all the people. We setting straight. Keep our head in them scriptures. We meditate all in the truth. I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it no cosign. With it keep the law. We gon' live it. We don't choose every one. So that we won't doubt. But for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. Y'all gotta gather together. We do that. Then we got them nations in warfare. We a separate nation. No explanation. My people, they need a listen. Crunch time, yeah, time is ticking. But the truth, I'm a servant. No stopping, we working. Just hoping my people will see the mission. So we gotta bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. LOZ, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out.
LOZ, let's go. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor, man, you lost me. You should be teaching at Christmas. I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons. Blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent homeless definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system, pledging their allegiance to flags. Bring that out. 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 I say them Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out.
Yeah, LOZ. We gotta bring it out. Wake up the lost sheep. Yeah, hey, hey. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. LOC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Bring it out. LOC got the truth and we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We making moves and we bring it out. Let's go.
All of our coaches amazing. All of our doctors be leading. LOC bringing that light. Shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up the nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. All of Pastor man, you lost me. You should be teaching at Christmas. I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons. Blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent homeless definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system. Pledging their allegiance to flags. Bring that out. 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 I say the Hebrews gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. All of our soldiers amazing. All of our captains be leading. LOC bringing in light. Shining on what we're achieving. Wake up the people that's sleeping. Wake up that nation like coffee. Wake up and take up your cross beat. Hold up, Pastor man, you lost me. You should be teaching at Christmas. I'm sure that you know that it's pagan. Look how we packing the prisons. Blatantly destroying our nation. Single parent homeless definitely becoming our swag. Then we send our children through the same system. Pledging their allegiance to flags. Bring that out. 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 I say them people gotta show. Bring that out. Get your knowledge on the go. Bring that out. Wisdom help the nation grow. Bring that out. Get the truth in the form of a show. Bring that out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. LLC, let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. LLC, got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. We gotta work with the sheep. My people falling asleep. We gotta show that we put in the work and then we put the work in the streets. We're trying to build up the nation. Be patient, my people been facing defeat. We teach of repentance, we deep in them trenches. You know that we bring in the heat. We handling demons like everything. Waking up all the people, we set them straight. Keep our head in them scriptures, we meditate. All in the truth, I can't back down and hesitate. All praise to the Most High. With it, no close sound. When it keep the law, we gon' levitate. We use everyone's eyes, but it every worked out. But for the truth, I'm a heavyweight. We live in this spiritual warfare. Y'all gotta gather together. We do that. We got them nations of warfare. We a separate nation, no explanation. My people, they need a listen. Crunch time, yeah, time is ticking. With the truth, I'm a servant. No stopping, we working. Just hoping my people will see this mission. So we gotta bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Let's go. Bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Hey, bring it out. We got the truth when we bring it out. We cannot lose when we bring it out. We make a move when we bring it out. Let's go, 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 go.
Yeah. Just talk to yourself. Just act right. Yeah. I be asking myself why all these groups can't even come together. They be calling themselves many names and the names they equal the devil. And I be asking myself why all these groups can't even come together. I be asking myself. Cause most give us one name. They want us out of each other, like we're all the brothers, but he only gave us one name. Yeah, most gives one name. One name.
I be asking myself and I already know the answer. Cause I do most people debate rather than seek the scripture. So see, I need my word, don't need YouTube to teach me. I need my word, don't need no internet preaching. I can call another name, but I never diss you. We can all come together, but first our mind gotta renew. He revealed me the truth. Everything he asks, if in his will, he will do. I hope forever be blessed.
Deacon. Sakari.
We are the children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his love to us. Now everything belongs to us. We above all nations, all nations. Above all nations, all nations. We are the chosen of the one Yahweh. Above all nations.
We ain't equal, tell the judge. This is equal, only love to my people. They my cuz, they my people. Don't shed blood, don't do evil, don't do drugs, don't do needles. Who I was, just a sequel. I don't love, keep it peaceful. All the nations, they below. They be hating on the low, still waiting on my flow. I be making lots of dough. I hit Satan with the flow. All you masons gotta go. We debating on my show. I ain't thinking I'm a pro. Look, we was in the wilderness, heavenly bread. Broke the commandments that we the tail instead of the head. So Christ come back and start resurrecting the dead. Glorious garments, dipped in blood, looking redder than red. Yeah. When you rain missiles like a thunder shower, they die by millions when you come Yahweh. When you reveal and give your son the power, we are the children of the one Yahweh.
We are the children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his love to us. Now everything belongs to us. We above all nations, all nations. Above all nations, all nations. We are the chosen of the one Yahweh. Above all nations.
They know we the chosen, see. Israel where we supposed to be. I don't rock no rosary, so call me always close to me. I express it vocally. Identity they stole from me. Oppressing them socially, spreading wickedness globally. Taking crafty counsel, they some nasty scoundrels. Need to go back to the caves, make me go back to my ways. He gave.
It's about the economy, the wake on my people, wake on my people, wake on my people. It's about the economy, the wake on my people. Wake up, Jacob, yeah. Wake up, Jacob, need to wake up. 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 Hold up. Prayers for the nation, hoping they go up. Righteousness, we need more up. No fast lane, on another note, you wanna know what? Real Judah about to blow up. A mass production of fruit. I ain't talking no grown up. Not in them scriptures. A two-edged sword that mean that they lead. To read them and learn them in Jesus. Away with the flesh. That nigga ain't needed. Trying to be ready to meet them. Cause one day I be leaving and I'm just trying to end up in a heat. Oh, reefer. Unclean, they'll beat it. Lord, up against the evil. You the people. Yeah, I'm calling out evil. And y'all nigga, we an equal. You the end, we begin. That's the end of the sequel. Jacob, you need to wake up. And may the Most High keep you. Follow me. Wake on my people. Wake on my people. Wake on my people. Follow me, follow me. Wake on my people. Wake up, Jacob. Yeah. Wake up, Jacob, need to wake up. Wake up, Jacob, need to wake up. Wake up, Jacob, need to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
We represent the war, but the lightness up. We never do a fuck. Got scripture all in our tongue. Joshua collect, Joshua collect, Joshua collect, Joshua collect. We are the ones that added the people, so many attackers, they wanna do evil. 400 years we was living in Egypt, Yahweh delivered the people. And the night they lifted the Yahweh protected the one. We are the only ones over 21, after they sleep in the dust. Yeah. We gotta get back, Jordan River got split that. Jericho fall down, Jerusalem gotta get back.
That's what I'm talking about.
We decimate all the idols. Y'all commanded us to set their temple on fire.
All right, and that's my DJ Baruch, playing the hits for you and yours. You know what the time it is. It's the Bring It Out radio show. I'm the Chief Minister, Mr. Shalimar, and I have with me the captain of captains, Captain I'm-a-One, Bun Lawyer, Bun Yasharala, and I have with me the baddest DJ in Jerusalem, DJ Baruch, 4-1, right? You can catch him on Book of Baruch, right? 4-1 on your YouTube channel. This is the Bring It Out radio show, the show designed to bring out information, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that affects our lives currently, that we might have the answers to the questions that may plague our mind on a daily. Shalom to the family that's in the login and in the check-in. Shalom to all of you. I will be greeting you one by one as the show continues. But you've seen the thumbnail, what we're talking about today. We're talking about the unification of Israel. Because a lot of people are starting to ask that question. We get that question posted to us a lot of time. When are we going to get it together? Mm-hmm. When is Israel going to get on the same page?
When are we going to be one big camp? Super camp.
Right? When are we going to all be under one roof, right? There'll be no more camp bashing, right? There'll be no more, what they call it, X-Men versus, what's the other group? Marvel, right?
Marvel versus DC.
Or IUIC versus ISUPK or GMS versus the world, right? Everybody up. When are these things going to come to a close? When is it going to end? When are we going to see eye to eye? And we have to really question, is that the unity that the Father was calling for? That we would all agree on everything. Is that the unity? Right? Or is the unity of the Father what we're witnessing right now? Is this the unity? Has the unity already started and we just haven't noticed? Right? You know, one thing that unifies people is a common enemy or a common problem, right? That's a quick way of unifying people or seeing the unity that's within the people. When something arises against the nation, how do we handle that? Right. Are we on different sides of the understanding, or are we all looking at this thing the same way? Are we speaking the same thing on that day? We might realize we're more unified than we think we are. And the unity that the Father proclaimed for us in these last days, we're far into it. Matter of fact, we very might be in the unity that the Father called on us to be in times past. Because there was a time where we were really divided as a people historically. Our people were out there, away from the Commonwealth of Israel, did not know who they were, did not know their God and their nation. And with those type of people, you really can't be unified, right? Because you have no common ground. You have nothing to unify us. But the prophecy of a Mashiach Yahushua that we be unified through his spirit, all right? So we're going to get some scriptures. Because, of course, we give the Most High the first word and we give him the last. Just wanted to lay the premise down for this class. We're talking about the unity of Israel, right? Is it now or is it in the future? Is it in the universe or the metaverse? Where and how are we going to unify, and where and how have we unified? We're going to discuss it on the Bring It Out radio show this evening. So without further ado, let's get a couple of scriptures. Let's get the word open. Let's get the spirit flowing. All right, let's start with Colossians 3, verse 17, as always.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of Yahweh, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by him.
Right, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father in the name of Mashiach Yahweh. I'd like to start out with Ezekiel 37, if we can.
And actually got a little YouTube short,
Okay, Con.
to show why we're going over this class. Because, a lot of our people's under the belief this is just supposed to happen in Babylon. Like, this is going to happen, and then we're gonna leave and be one super big body once we leave. I actually got a little
the super school, packed stadiums.
Yeah.
Like Benny Hinn, like TD Jakes, right? You're gonna be sitting in the 100th row Z, seat 100, and I don't think it's going down like that in this kingdom, right? They want to see a Shabbat day look like the Super Bowl. That's not happening in this kingdom, family. But let's talk about it. Let's see what the scriptures say. So,
what verse? Ezekiel 37 what?
Let's get Colossians 3, verse 17 first and foremost.
Okay,
and then we'll get it from there.
Could I have read it?
Okay.
Come. What you quoted another scripture after that?
I'm going to Ezekiel 37, 15.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 15.
All right.
The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah, and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions.
Right. So now let me get the premise so y'all understand what's happening here. Israel was split into two. Judah, the southern kingdom, and Israel, the northern kingdom. Right? We were split into kingdoms. We were not one people. We were two people, two nations. Right? And here, Yahweh is given a prophecy through the prophet Ezekiel. And the prophet Ezekiel is given a prophecy of us coming together, the northern and the southern kingdom, once again. Now, this prophecy doesn't come to pass until Hamashiach, time of Mashiach Yahushua. And we're going to prove it in the prophecy. Let's read it.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 37 and verse 17. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be
one in my hand. They shall be one. What is that word one? It goes into unification, right? They should be unified in my hand. Meaning they're going to no longer be two nations, but one nation, right? Read on.
1 second. And the sticks wherein thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes.
Read.
And say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whether they be gone, and will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land. And I'll make them one nation.
I'll make them what?
One nation.
And I will make them one nation. Two becoming one. Right? This is a sign of unification. The two becoming one, right? There was a divide between us, the Judah, and Israel. And that unification is the unity, that a big part of unity that the scriptures is talking about in the last days. Because until the last days, this was the case in Israel, right? We don't.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be king to them.
So who's the one king that's king to now Judah and Israel? Who is our king? Right? There's no rebuttal. One thing with all the camps and schools that you hear about, one thing we all agree upon.
Right.
Who's our king?
Yahushua. That's right.
Yahushua. No one is saying, oh no, what do they call it? Elijah's our king. Or no, Ephraim is our king, Jeroboam and Rehoboam. We all have one king, Yahushua. That is the unifying force of the nation of Israel. That's the so-called the Jews and the Gentiles coming back together. It's talking about the southern and the northern kingdom. That's what it means by Jews and Gentiles. And we're gonna prove all things in the Bible. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Slakia. I'll make sure I put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me clearly in the chat. Bible Kasha. All right. Let's read on.
Go on. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with the detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions.
Go ahead.
But I will save them out of all their dwelling places,
Come on.
wherein they have sinned.
Where?
Go
ahead.
Wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
They shall be my people, and I shall be their power. The water for those ones in the chat that you can hear me clearly. So we're going back to being one nation, calling the Yahweh our power, our God, and he calling us his children. Let's get the book of Hosea, all right? So this is prophesied in the scriptures, throughout the scriptures. But we're going to look at some of the prophecies, and then we're going to go to the New Testament and see that these things already come to pass. We might be further on in the prophecy than we think. We're waiting for certain things to happen. It already happened, right? Where do we go? Hosea
6 and 1 or
no 10. And you can let me see. I want to go with 10 and 11.
Okay. The book of Hosea, chapter 10, verse 11. And Ephraim has an heifer that is taught, and loveth to tread out the corn.
Right.
But I pass over upon her fair neck. I will make Ephraim to ride. Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clothes.
Go ahead.
Sow to yourselves in righteousness. Reap in mercy.
Break up the fallow.
Break up your fallow ground.
Yeah, what kind of ground?
Your fallow ground.
Now break up your fallow ground. What is this talking about here? What? It's all metaphorically spoken. I like you to pull out the I like to hear how this is written in the NLT. Let's take a look at what this is talking about. Break up the fallow ground, but something is going to change with Ephraim and Judah. Right? We're no longer going to, they're no longer going to be one way. They're going to be converted into a new way of life, right? What does it say in the NLT?
Okay. The book of Hosea, chapter 10, verse 11, in the New Living Translation. Israel is like a trained heifer, treading out the grain, an easy job she loves.
Yep.
But I will put a heavy yoke on her tender neck.
I'll do what?
I'll put a heavy yoke on her tender neck.
Right. So when we go through certain drama, certain oppression, we're going to come back together after that oppression. After the oppression. Right? Read on.
I will force Judah to pull the plow, and Israel to break up the hard ground. I said, plant the good seeds of righteousness, and you will harvest a crop of love.
Of what?
A crop of love.
A crop of what?
A crop of love.
I like the way they put that in the NLT, meaning that what? Because we have a common enemy, it was going to bring us together as a nation. So what happened to us in slavery? We had a common enemy. The Most High brought Esau against us, actually brought us together. Mm-hmm. He assembled all the tribes within the transatlantic slave trade. So just when we thought it was only for our demise and our destruction, it's actually was the event on earth that brought all the tribes back together, which was captivity. That's why our captivity is what we look to for us to determine if we Hebrew Israelites or not to this very day. That's what Ephraim, right? Our so-called brothers, Ephraim and Manasseh, our Puerto Rican brothers, our Boricuas, our Taínos. That's what our Cuban brothers, our Mexican brothers have in common with us. We all went into captivity together with the same enemy. We look at the same problem, which is the unifying force of the nation, which is Edom, right? Edom is Benjamin's problem and he's Judah's problem, right? He damn sure is Levi's problem. Right. You know what I'm saying? He's a main problem for Levi. He used to be a major problem for Judah. He done switched over to Levi now, right? So this same, and man, he put Gad through it. He put Reuben through it. When you look at their history, so this nation that was rised up against us was actually this driving force that brought us together into one people. It broke up the fallow ground. He made sure that we both had to labor and toil under each other. So we stand on that line. We complained about the job. We had the job complaining. Who complained? Who's in the group?
It's our people complaining.
It's our people. Right. You know what I'm saying? We like, man, all this work, man, they won't pay us enough for this. That's Judah, right? Ephraim here, what you said, what are you trying to say? Mucho trabajo, poquito dinero, right? He's agreeing with you, right? Benjamin over there said, man, we're not doing nothing for the rest of the day. We're not doing nothing. I'll pay me for this, right? Benjamin saying the same thing. We all in here complaining about the same problem.
I'm not going to lie to you. A good example of what you said is something that happened recently, I believe in August. Alabama brawl. When the white man attacked our brother, that united Israel. We got united from the enemy, and we put the carrot to the head.
We was all looking at that the same way. Nobody was saying, Esau, get that black man off that pier. Everybody was looking at that brother when he threw that hat, we all was ready to fight.
Right. Hands are rated E for
you know what I'm saying? When he threw that hat off, all of us was like, he about to put the paws on him. And we was all on his side. Why is that? Because the enemy is the most unifying force for any group of creature. They have a common enemy, they're going to band together.
Yeah, matter of fact,
Birds.
You see that in old, I don't know, because I like watching old medieval and old war movies, right? Well, anytime there's an enemy at the gate, that's when that's when you see where's everybody's loyalty is at. Because the first thing they do is try to say, okay, are you going to support me against this enemy? Are you going to support me against this enemy? And everybody gather their forces together against that enemy. You see that in a lot of old school movies too. That's demonstrated a lot.
I was checking out something in nature. Birds now. Birds, they flock to their like kind bird. Pigeons be hanging with pigeons. If you are a hummingbird or peacock, whatever, y'all hang with each other. But as soon as that hawk comes into the sky and he flies through, they all start squawking because they all know that hawk will kill any one of us, right? He's a threat to all of us. They all start making a move. And then them pigeons take off, even the geese and everything take off after it. Why? Because they know, okay, there's a common enemy. We fight each other because we don't see that common enemy.
Right.
But when that common enemy rise up, we don't got time to be fighting against each other. The real unifying of the nation is when the Most High send that enemy that only us as a people are going to be able to focus on and fight, right? Those of us that have a certain understanding. When that enemy rises up, that's the unification of the nation, right? Case in point, we just talked about this a couple weeks ago. What happened in
Indianapolis, right?
In Indiana, right?
Right.
All we don't know exactly if the brothers was just out there at camp. We don't know the exact story.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know if they the ones that caused the brawl or whatever. All we know is Ishmael tried to raise up against one of our camps. Right. And it was an outcry and a pouring of all brothers head to Chicago. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Why? What's going on? Right? All we know is this Palestinian lady decided to back her vehicle up into ISUPK. Oh, what's going on? We all looking at, what's going on? The Palestinians trying to come for us?
Right.
Come for us? And this ain't come, we're not thinking them no more.
Mm-hmm.
Before that happened, I had my camp, you had your camp, I had my leadership, you got your leadership. Right.
You know, I remember the brother
your
said,
fringes ain't real fringes.
At your door too.
My fringes ain't real fringes. Right. You go to CC. We got all the petty foolishness going on. Until the Most High send that enemy that gathers the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only way we really going to gather as a people. That common enemy, that common problem that we all face, right? If any one of these camps was curing poverty, who would stand against it? We would all be like, we all got that problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Money is funny all around the nation, right? Ain't nobody laughing, right? Money is funny all around the nation. If somebody had the answer to that, I don't want that answer because I'm not with that camp. No, you're gonna go get that answer, right? If we went in a time of this whole COVID that we all experienced,
mm-hmm.
right? When the time of the COVID thing, everybody was banded together to find out, okay, what we need to do as a nation. How we going to handle this, right? We was there dealing with, stay away from the vaccine, and you know what I mean. Everybody was looking out for one another. We wasn't worried about the petty things.
Right.
That's the same. So we got to look at that unifying force. The enemy causes us to come together. It pushes us to look at things in a unified way.
Actually, you have a precept for you, too.
Right?
Precept for you. 1 second.
We're gonna get more examples out of the scriptures. Trust and believe.
Got a precept for you.
Go ahead,
the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 13.
Ecclesiasticus 6 and 13, family.
Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends.
Right, read that again.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies.
Do what?
Separate thyself from thy enemies.
Separate yourself from your enemies.
And take heed of thy friends.
And take heed of thy friends.
The reason I'm bringing that scripture out because what did Yahushua say? His brother, his sister, his auntie, his grandmother, his friends are those that keep the will of the Most High God.
You can read on there.
Oh, you want me to continue? Okay, go ahead. Verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense. And he that has found such in one have found a treasure. Right.
So when people talk about us unifying as a nation, one way we unify under one spirit is a spirit of friendship. That's a unifying spirit. When you say somebody is your friend, you're unified with that person on a certain level, or else you wouldn't call them a friend. Right. When they're looking at the unity of us in these last days, we like you said, we're looking for a mega church or a mega camp, right? That's not what the Most High is dealing with. We're supposed to show each other friendly towards one another. This is what we're supposed to be doing, right? We don't have to be a mega church or mega camp. We could just be friendly, right? Read that. Read on.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies and take heed of thy friends.
Go ahead.
A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such in one hath found a treasure.
Read on.
Nothing doeth contravel a faithful friend, and his excellency is invaluable.
Read.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life.
Is a what?
It's the medicine of life.
Now, some people in this world, we're taught to be individuals.
Right.
A lot of times, a lot of these
Lone wolves.
Lone wolves. You know, these rappers and everybody be always big and I don't need no friends. I don't, I don't like people. It makes statements like that, right?
I don't even trust myself.
I don't need nobody. I don't even trust myself, right? I'm mad at myself when I see it in the mirror, right? What you doing in here? I thought I was here by myself, right? That's not the spirit of the Most High God. The spirit of the Most High God is teaching us that a faithful friend is the medicine of life. So we have to be unified. That's how we unify, right? Through something called friendship, right? I want to keep that thought in mind as one of the unifying points, because we're going to go to on some points of how do we unify. And one of the unifying points is friendship, right? Read on.
Whosoever feareth Yahweh should direct his friendship aright. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Right. So if you fear the Most High, you're going to take your friendships seriously, and you're going to direct them aright. That means you're not going to treat your friend in an off way, in a wicked way. You're going to be what a friend is supposed to be, and that's one of the unifying ways of the Most High, right? And if that's one of the unifying ways, we got friends. When you're on Facebook, right? And you link your Facebook with another person. What do they call that?
Friends.
You what?
Your friends.
You friend it, right? You friend the person. It's not there for it's not set. It's not named that for no reason. Because a friend is somebody that we want to be acquainted with. Even though the person may be far, far away, don't matter. I got friends in Ghana. I got friends in Israel. I got friends, you know what I mean? We got friends logged on. We got friends on the line, on the chat. How many friends we got in the chat right now?
38.
We got 38 friends in the chat right now. So you can't say that we're not unified. If y'all understand, right? We're all friends in the spirit of the Most High, and that's one of the most powerful unifying forces of the scriptures. So they talked about us unifying and coming together. All right. I'm going to also look at Romans. Let's look at Romans 13 and verse 10. Well, verse 11, I believe. Correct. I know I'm jumping to Romans. I know I was going to deal with prophecy first, but Spirit moving has Spirit moving right now. But we'll get back to the Old Testament, then we'll come back to the New Testament. All right? Yeah. Matter of fact, you can start with verse 8. Let's really call it what it is. Verse 8.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Read that again.
Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Now, first of all, we understand one thing. Who is the one another? Right? Because are we talking about all nations, all people? Is that what we, because sometimes people get confused when they read these books. We know the word neighbor is referring to who? Right? Our fellow Israelites, right? Because we're going to read down and we're going to get this understanding. But when it talks about owe no man anything but to love one another, for he loveth another, fulfilleth the law, is talking about your fellow Hebrew, your fellow Israelite. Right? How do we know this? Go up to the first verse.
The book of Romans, chapter 13. Actually, you want me to go to, you say first verse of chapter of verse 1? I mean, chapter 13, verse 1? Or do you want me to get chapter 1, the beginning of the letter?
The beginning of the letter.
Come on, I got you. The book of Romans, chapter 1 and verse 7. To all that be in Rome, beloved of God, called to be saints.
Called to be what?
Saints.
Now, who's called to be the saints of the Most High? Right? Y'all understand that word, right? Let's read on.
Grace to you and peace from Yahweh, our Father,
Mm-hmm.
and the other one, Yahweh Shai.
Right?
First, I thank my power through Yahweh Shai for you all.
Hold on, you read it 1 and 1?
No, 1 and 7. That's to let you know who's he addressing, the saints in Rome.
Read 1 and 1.
Come.
When you get it.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, a servant of Mashiach Yahweh Shai,
Right?
called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of Yahweh,
Read.
which he had promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures.
Stop right there. That's the main for me. Right? Verse 2, right? That he promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures. So who has the promises of the Most High? What nation of people have the promises of the Most High? Is it all people? Did he promise Moab anything? Did the Most High promise the Jebusites anything? Or the Hittites anything? Did he promise the Amorites anything? Who is the only nation that the Most High promised anything to in the Bible? And that's how you got to break down the New Testament. When you read, you got to look at the words and let people understand, who is this talking about? What's your precept?
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 14.
Go ahead.
The book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 4.
So now we're going to Romans 9 and 4 to prove who has the promises. Read.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption,
Right?
and the glory of the covenants,
Mm-hmm.
and the giving of the law,
Mm-hmm.
and the service of Yahweh, and the promises.
Right. So Romans 9 and 4 reveals who got the promises. So when this Bible, you're reading in Romans, and it's talking about owe no man anything, it's talking about Israel. We're only talking to Israel, about Israel, for Israel. Right? So let's go back to Romans 13. Just want to clear that up, because sometimes, people like to pull these scriptures out of context and make it talk about everybody. They're not talking about everybody. So let's read it again.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Paul, a servant of Mashiach Yahweh Shai,
Right?
called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
which he had promised afore by his prophets in the Holy Scriptures. Concerning
Where you reading that?
I started back at verse 1. Romans 1 and 3. You want me to go back there, right?
No, let's go back to Romans 13 and verse 8. Yeah. I just went to Romans 1 and 3 to show that Romans 13 and 8 is only talking to the Israelites. And we went to Romans 9 and 4 to prove also that it's only talking to the Israelites. Now we're going to go back to 13 and 8 to prove the point that we're trying to make. Okay, let's read.
The book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything but to love one another.
Mm-hmm.
For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Right. So we are commanded to love one another. Israel, we're commanded to love Israel. We don't have a choice in that matter. We must love our people. But that doesn't mean you got to hug and invite all our people over for dinner. No. But we have to love them. And how do we love them? Read on.
For this, thou shalt not commit adultery.
For this, I cannot commit adultery.
Right.
Because adultery is an act of hate. For that woman and for that man to that woman.
Right.
It's an act of hate. Because no good thing comes out of adultery. Read.
Thou shalt not murder.
Right? I can't kill my brother, my sister. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not steal.
Right? I don't want to take the things that belong to my brothers and sisters, take away things that belong to them. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
All right? I'm not going to slander my brother and sister. That's an act of hate. Read on.
Thou shalt not covet.
Right? I don't want what my brother and sister has. If they have something, that's for them. Right? What's for you is for you, and what they have is for them. We don't want to take away things from our brothers and sisters. Go ahead.
And if there be any other commandment,
right,
it is briefly comprehended in this saying.
So now he's saying, and all the commandments that deal with how you deal with your brother, your fellow neighbor, right? Read.
Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Uh-huh.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
Right.
Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Right. So one unifying factor of the nation is love. So we got friendship and we got love. And love by the commandments of the Most High. Not this fake, phony love in this world.
Right.
Not that filthy, nasty love.
That usher love.
That usher love. That Ursha love. Not that love. Right? We're talking about the love that the scriptures talking about. The love that's governed by commandment. Right? That's how we show one another love. That is another way that we're unified already.
Right.
Right? If you're against this, then you may not be unified. You might be looking for unity.
Right.
Maybe you don't love your brother and your sister. Maybe you have that problem, and for you, you're not unified. But if you have this thought and this spirit in your mind, you are unified in the spirit already. The Israel is already being unified. The day you woke up and you say, you know what, I'm an Israelite, you realize I'm not a Negro no more. I'm not a nigger no more. I'm not a Hispanic anymore. I'm not a Latino. I'm not Caribbean. I'm none of these things. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. You just unified with every other soul throughout the whole diaspora that has said the same thing in its own heart, soul, and mind. You have now become one with that soul. And that's a unifying factor. And how did we come to this understanding? Through the curses. The curses is what unified us. Because we looked at the curses and we saw ourselves in it. We looked at Deuteronomy 28. We looked at Leviticus 26, right? We looked at all the curses throughout the scriptures and we said, man, that's us. That's my people. That's what we went through. Right? And that's what unified us, right? And if that's what unified us, we are unified. So we're looking for something that's already happening, right? The kingdom is when our people are gathered. He said he's going to take us from all the kingdom. Let's get Isaiah 11. Let's go back to prophecy. Isaiah 11. Then we're going to come back to the New Testament again. We're going to show that there's no gap in the word of the Most High. Right? Everything he said would come to pass has come to pass. And we're the living proof.
I think there's the misconception where our brothers are feeling like we're not unified, right? Mm-hmm. It's because they're expecting we're all going to have the same colored ABC shirt.
Right.
And we're all going to be at the same mega Pentecost.
We got to wear the same garment. We got to look like, what was that, Star Wars, the Stormtroopers?
Right.
We're going to have the same garment on, looking like the Stormtroopers in Star Wars. No.
They think we're going to be all under the second man under Yahweh.
If that was the word of the Most High, we'd have one apostle, one disciple, one prophet, one king, right? That's not the way the Most High operates.
The Most High would have one priest in the scriptures.
You know what I mean? In the scriptures, you know, like that's not how the Most High operates. The oneness of the Heavenly Father, even the Father, the creator of heaven and earth, he don't need no help.
Right.
But he created his son just to show you what unification, what it looks like, right? Just so we know what it means to unify. The Son is not the Father and the Father is not the Son, but what? They are one. Why are they one? They're unified, right? So there's always going to be divisions in the kingdom of the Father, but we still one, right? We still are the chosen of the Most High, Yahweh. That's something that we all have in common. We are the chosen of the Most High. Guess what? Esau hates all of us, right? He don't hate one school more than the other. He hates us all, right? All of us have been oppressed in this kingdom. All of us have been are the first fire, the last hire. All of us are the ones that screaming out Black Lives Matter, we shall overcome. All of us have a common enemy. Why? Because we're all the same nation, right? And that's the unification that the Father has given us within the Bible. All right, so let's read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, you want to start with verse 2?
Verse 1.
Go ahead. Book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
For there's some of us that may not know all the history and like who's Jesse. Jesse is the father of David. Okay, so you understand who Jesse is, right? So why is it talking about a stem shall come out of the root of Jesse? Why is Jesse's son so significant, right? Hold that and get Romans again. We keep going back to Romans because you could tell in Paul's books that he was just reading the Old Testament and breaking it down for the people in that time period. What the Old Testament was talking about, because everything he said references back to the prophets. You know what I mean? So a lot of his words is echoed in his books. So I want Romans, the first chapter, the third verse.
The book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 1.
Okay.
What advantage then hath the Jew?
What?
What advantage then hath the Jew?
What advantage then has the Jew? That's the third chapter. Right?
You said
First chapter.
Oh, you said first?
First chapter, third verse.
Oh, so sorry. All right. The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 3. Concerning his son, Amashiach Yahushua, our Adawan, which was made of the seed of David according to the flesh.
Right. So why is it so significant about Jesse? Because Jesse is David's father, and David is always considered the progenitor of Yahushua. Right? When you look down the lineage, it goes from David to Yahushua, and everyone that was in between is numbered. So the reason why the rod out of Jesse, when you go back to Isaiah 11, is because Jesse's immediate son, David, was going to be that great man unto Yahushua in that bloodline. And I know Solomon comes out of that bloodline and everybody, but the next great one is Yahushua. Okay, so let's read it again. Romans 11.
You mean Isaiah?
Isaiah 11. Isaiah 11. Slaki family. Isaiah 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 1. And there shall come forth a rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots.
Right. So when so many people talk about their roots, they talk about their history.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when it says out of his roots, meaning that this is going to be something way in the future, out of the roots of Jesse and of David, is somebody's going to come out of our roots. Like when we say we get in contact with our roots, with our ancestors. Right. Another way of roots is saying your ancestors. Okay, agree?
And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him.
Right, so read the word that's there.
And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest.
Lord.
So like it, and the spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him.
Right, the reason why I asked him to say the word Lord, because when you look up that word Lord, let's look up that word Lord so we understand. Then this is the first spirit that we need to pay attention to. And these 7 spirits we're about to go over, we're going to show you how that's unified us, right? Anytime we rock that menorah, right? We got that menorah right here on deck, right? That's the unifying of the spirits of the Most High. You need to have all these spirits on you. We're going to show you the scriptures, correct?
Let me keep reading more.
I want you to give me the definition of the word Lord in Isaiah 11 and verse 2.
The word Lord in the Lashon Kodash is Yahweh.
Yeah.
Meaning the existing one, the proper name of the one true God, unpronounced except with the vowel pointings of H136. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So the existing one, the only one, the one true Yahweh, the one true Lord. Right? So the spirit of the Lord will rest upon him. So that one spirit for the Most High is going to rest upon this man. What do we call that spirit? It's the Ruach HaKodesh, otherwise the Holy Spirit shall rest upon him. All right? Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 2. And the spirit of Yahweh shall rest upon him. The spirit of wisdom.
Right? So the first is the spirit of Yahweh. Right? Meaning it's coming from the one power. The second one is the spirit of wisdom. Go ahead.
you want the definitions for these or no?
No, you can read on.
Go ahead. The spirit of wisdom and understanding.
Understanding is number 3. Go ahead.
The spirit of counsel.
Counsel is number 4. Go ahead.
And might.
Might is number 5. Go ahead.
The spirit of knowledge.
The spirit of knowledge is number 6. Go ahead.
And of the fear of Yahweh.
And the fear of Yahweh. That's the 7 spirits that unify in the branch of the Most High. So when it said a branch shall come, how do we know? Matter of fact, let's get that verse that shows that these are branches, right? Because somebody might say these are candles. How are they branches? These are called branches, the menorah, right? This is a unification of the branches, right? So I'm going a little deep tonight. Don't usually go this deep in the Bring It Out radio show, but how the Spirit move. We're going a little bit deep into breaking down and understanding. But our unity has to be understood, because a lot of people are looking for this fake unity that they show in the churches. That's not the unity that we're looking for. We're not just looking to be in the same building, right? If that's the case, when you go to the mall, the place is unified. Right. Everybody's in there shopping. There's about thousands of people in the same building shopping. Are they unified? No, they're not unified. Everybody's on their own they're there for their own purpose.
They're on their own time, doing their own thing. Right?
Doing their own thing. They're on their own mission. They're not in the same mission. They're not unified. They all doing their own thing, their own concern. Right. So the unity of the Most High is that we all have that one concern. We're looking towards that one kingdom. We're looking to serve that one God. We have that one set of laws. We're looking at this one book. That's what makes us unified. Okay.
To be the right unification.
Right.
Because drug dealers, they're fun at the corner stores selling drugs, giving discount $5 bags. They're unified, but that's not the way the Most High wants us to unify. You know what I mean? So another thing I wanted to land me back on is that these 7 spirits. Yeah. Because when we read Ezekiel 37, it says that they should have one king. Yeah. This is the spirit that one king going to be moving in. Okay. Right? He's gonna have the ability to unify the nation of Israel because he has these spirits on him. You know what I mean? He's moving in these spirits.
He's already unified the nation of Israel. We're already unified, family. We're looking for a unity that's already happened. Every time we wake up Jacob, we just adding them to the family. Because the family's already unified. Every time you teach someone about their nationality, they come out of this world, they're coming right into the family of a unified family. A unified family that knows that Yahweh is the power, right? They know that Hamashiach Yahweh Shai is our king. We're already unified, right? Once you rested on those principles, everything else is minor details, right? And when the enemy rises against us, trust and believe, we're not going to worry about, right? When they putting Israelites and they shutting down Israelites on camp corners, we're not going to worry about what color your t-shirt is. Ain't nobody even worried about that, right? They're going to be like, you one of them brothers, right? The Palestinians is showing us right now, because the Palestinians rising up on camps all over the place right now. Something happened in Miami, I believe.
I remember Captain Assad was telling me the Palestinians were trying to make some type of riot or something like that when we in Brickell. Because we just started going out to Brickell last week. Right. So they try to start a whole thing with us out there in Brickell.
Because all they see is fringes. Right. They don't know one camp from another. They see the fringes, they see the Bibles, they see the signs. They know what? Oh, that's them Israelites.
They don't know Captain Asaph is not 6'2" for no reason.
That's it. They're gonna find
they don't know. They don't
find out. They'll find out. We got a couple of ringers in our camp.
Captain Tazion, when it's tight, it's quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet.
But he 260 pounds of muscle.
Juggernaut.
Right.
So, what you holding?
Exodus. For the branches.
Yeah, for the branches. Let's check out the branches.
The book of Exodus, chapter 25, verse 31. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, of beam work shall the candlestick be made. His shaft and his branches, his bowls, his knops, and his flowers shall be of the same. Right. And 6 branches shall come out of the side of it. 6 branches shall come out of the side of it. There's 3 on one side, 3 on the other side. Read. 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 branches of the candlestick out of the other side.
As you can see, 3 branches out of one side, 3 branches on the other side. Go ahead.
3 bowls made like unto an almond, with a knob and a flower in one branch, and 3 bowls made like almonds in the other branch, with a knob and a flower.
So what you might notice is when you build the menorah correctly, every branch is the same, right? Why is that? It's because they all are equally important. It's not that they're the same, but they're equally important.
Right.
So when you go through the 7 spirits that we all gotta gravitate towards, which I'm gonna go through it again. Spirit 1 is the spirit of the Most High Yahweh, right? It's gotta be unified in Yahweh, or you're not unified, right? 2, wisdom. 3, understanding. 4, counsel. We gotta be able to speak. What's counsel? Speaking, right? Once you open your mouth, you're counseling. You're bringing forth edification to your brother and sister, right? So your speech is very important. Counsel. 5, might. You can't be a weakling, right? This is not a race for the weak. This is not for the faint heart, right? You gotta have a brave heart, right? You gotta have a brave heart to keep the words of the Most High in these kingdoms. Knowledge and the fear of the Most High God. We fear to disappoint our God. We know we have a true living God. We don't have a dead God.
Right.
Right? We don't have a God that lay down on the ground. We don't have a dumb God, like a statue that can't do nothing. Our God is living and moving. And we know we disrespect, that judgment is coming. we already know when we go through something, we know it came from the Most High. Like, damn, the Most High jacking me up right now. Right? How do you know the Most High is doing something? Because we know, because we fear him. That's how we know he's jacking us up. Right. He don't come and call us and let us know. We know that we don't believe in circumstance. We don't believe in chance. We don't believe in luck. Right? Luck is for leprechauns. Right? We're not no leprechauns. Right? We're the children of the Most High God. So we're unified through these 7 spirits. We're unified through these 7 spirits. And we have to understand that as a body and as a people, the Father we're not waiting on a unification, we're in the unification, right? That's why when they ask, and this is going to be the last verse before we let DJ Baruch come up, let me get that Luke 17-20. We'll get that Luke 17-20. We're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back in with my DJ Baruch. But what we understand and what we're discussing is the unity of Israel. Is Israel unified? Because a lot of people say, no, we're not. But you better look again. Unified doesn't mean we don't have any differences. Unified means that we have a common purpose.
Shoot, the 7 churches in Revelation didn't agree all in the same thing.
They had differences.
They had differences, right.
The 12 disciples had differences. Right. They were arguing about things amongst themselves. But they were one. They were one and unified. Right? Read that real quick.
Barnabas and Paul was argued. They separated themselves from each other.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Lot and Abraham their servants was fighting. They had to go to 2 different cities. But when the problem came, what did Abraham do?
Abraham got that stick and went to go mop some stuff up.
Right? When Lot had a little problem, he went to handle that business.
Right.
Why? Because why? They still unified in the spirit. That common enemy will always unify us. All right? Read that.
The book of Luke 17, verse 20.
Go ahead.
Chapter 17, verse 20. And when he demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of Yahweh shall come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of Yahweh cometh not with observation.
Right.
Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there.
Right.
For behold, the kingdom of Yahweh is within you.
Right. So the kingdom of us coming together is within us. We have the ability to unify us. Why? How did we get this ability? Through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, through those 7 spirits that we just talked about, through our knowledge of self, through friendships, right? That is the unifying force, through the love, through the love, loving each other through the commandments of the Most High.
Right.
These are all the unifying forces that was given to us. We didn't have it before. Before, All we knew was we Negroes, black power, right? We unified ourselves with anything called black. We called people that wasn't even our people,
right?
Because we didn't know, right? We were ignorant to who we are, but now we know who we are. We know how to unify. And with that being said, I'm gonna bring up my DJ group that's gonna light up this session. Shalom to everybody. When I come back from this quick break, I'm gonna meet and greet each and every one of y'all. I got a couple of questions for y'all, and we're gonna need some answers, some interaction in the spirit of the Most High. It is the Bring It Out Radio Show. This show tonight is, I'm thanking everybody that's in the room. This show tonight is very edifying. We in the word heavy on this show. We're not just discussing, but we breaking down some scriptures tonight. All right, so with that being said, DJ Baruch.
12, they're not gonna let us fulfill. Some will be in prison for the word. Since the most I pay that bill. Until the heaven and the earth pass, till all be fulfilled. I hold it down for the 12. Put it all on the line. Just that word 12. So many angels, the devil to take. Now we fighting for the chase. How we on the same hate group, this for the same wars that we do in the hate. They treat the 12 like we playing. But simply, all we be saying is keep the laws to the race and the flaw. We figured out who's he saw. We know what he prophecy leaves. Guess that's what I hate. My people, idolatry, false philosophies, these holidays fade, that's why I stop eating. Kill like a sip in the reed, you can charge the trees, sleep that belong with leaves, you should have said some hell on kids. 12, they're not gonna let us fulfill. Some will be in prison for the word, say, most I be paying that bill. Until the heaven and the earth pass, till all be fulfilled. I hold it down for the 12, put it all on the line for the 12. They're not gonna let us fulfill. Some will be in prison for the word, say, most I be paying that bill. Till the heaven and the earth pass, till all be fulfilled. I hold it down for the 12, put it all on the line for the 12.
We hold it down for the 12. Big knock with a block on the shell. New drop and I got all the bells. Can't stop, gotta work on myself. Full of zeal, gotta put it in drive. Years proud, was living a lie. All praises for the grace and doing whatever it takes. Running and running to get it. Teach ball in the city. On the road to a million. Keep it all about city. Going hard, you don't feel it. You going twang with my eyes. We only give it one shot. We only give it one chance. Middle fingers up high. When I do my dance, hey, kind. Say shalom if you feel me. I know them pigs won't kill me. I know them haters won't drill me. But I've been going too hard. And I'm going too far. If you wanna drink with the devil, now I don't even go to bars. All I know is 12 stars, right? And this whole earth here is ours. Some will be in prison for the work's sake. Well, give me the charge. And on top of that, you gotta realize the fact this whole world is a shambles. But my spirit attacked. I ain't willing to gamble. Gotta stay on the track. That's both literal and spiritual.
12, they're not gonna let us fulfill. Some will be in prison for the work's sake. The most I ain't paying that bill. Till the heaven and the earth pass, till all be fulfilled. Hold it down for the 12. Put it all on the line for the 12. 12.
I know my God above me will provide. I brought my crew in, yeah, they down the ride. 10,000 angels standing by my side. 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 Okay, I think I'm approaching my zone again. Be the first to flip it, so guess I'm a Motorola then. Like needed to tune up a nice, a brand new motor in, the pedal to the metal. So buddy, I'm back on go again, flow again. Stomp on the devil, I'm healed to toe the sin. Wanted me to fall, but I'm tired of playing the bowling pin. Hit me with his best tricks, but I ain't never give up though. Kept poking with the stick in the bed, finally woke, bro. I'm loco and got a will that just won't stop. Left me for dead, Machiavelli, rolling up by pop. Hey Holmes, you know my pop. I'm talking God, my dad, and you can't get the victory, cause I won't go outside. Been through the fight, still last. For every test I pass, 3,000 scriptures for you, big boy, I'm a pure outcast. He tried to kill me, but I'm still alive. 10,000 angels standing by my side. You thought you killed me, but I'm still alive. I know my God above me will provide. I brought my crew in, yeah, they down the ride. 10,000 angels standing by my side.
Put the lateness up. We never do a fuck. Got scripture all in our tongue. Joshua collect. We Joshua collect. Joshua collect. We Joshua collect. Yeah. We are the ones at the head of the people. So many had that because they wanted to evil. 400 years we were living in each other. Yahweh delivered the people. Brothers and that delivered the earth. Yahweh was looking for one. We are the only ones over 21. After they sleep in the dust. We gotta get back. Jordan River got spit that. Jericho fall down. Jerusalem guys get back. Clash with rivals. We decimate all their idols. Y'all commanded us to set their slow fire. You ain't evil in this world. We the leaders. We the warriors. We might be the teachers. In the future, we join back together. Thinking baby, we gon' reign forever.
We represent the one. People that light this up. We never do a fuck. God scripture all in our talk. Joshua Caleb. Joshua Caleb. Joshua Caleb. Joshua Caleb.
Not a squad, they only talk when I say so. For the nation of God is no break, though. Scout on the land, we on go mode. We supreme, they ain't privy of God on our team. 45, but they not what they say. We ain't bother, they proud about the anarchy. Script, though. We gotta follow the script, though. Got the power, we standing on 10 toes. That's a risk to be out of the pack, though. Pushing the button, y'all station they head, though. From the bottom, yeah, we bottom that is, though. Now we a nation, we taking our dream. I rise to the top of the mountain, the screen. Talk that. Gotta have faith when you walk that. Like most say, diligent from the start. Loyalty never pull us apart. Feeling like that's your killer when I talk. 2 out of 12 to bring tail to the spot. Trust the guy, he will never depart. Everything fall in place when it come from the heart.
We represent the one. He put the light in the sun. We never do a fuck. God scripture all in our talk. Joshua Caleb. We Joshua Caleb. We Joshua Caleb. We Joshua Caleb.
Yeah, we don't want to make it.
We love all them, but hate our own. If they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they is black, then they like be gone. We've been too dark in the light skin zone. So why do we hate us so much? Somebody tell me, why do we hate us so much? We gotta do better, man. We love all them, but hate our own. If they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they is black, then they like be gone. We've been too dark in the light skin zone. So why do we hate us so much?
Man, let the OG talk to him real quick. You know what I'm saying? You go like it right here.
We love all them, but hate our own. And if they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they is black, then they like be gone. For being too dark in the light skin zone. Been way too long for the lights come on. The blindfold on, but the sight's still gone. I'm praying one day we can right our wrong. Let's leave for the cops when the pops come home. I'm an OG now, let me talk to the young bulls. Do you even think twice for your gun pull? Do you even think once for you throw it all away? Bang, bang, but it's not a freaking cartoon. We gotta do better. Our license is at stake. No crabs in the bucket, I'd rather have steak. Rump it, let's go get a cow, bring it back to the hood, break it down, and we all get a play. Yeah, that's what I'm on. It's only one way. Gotta love ourselves, cause the world full of hate. High in the hill, it's yet to be prayed when it's like super thin and they sharp in the skates. Our hearts full of love, our brothers we hate. That's through the realm of the N28. Not to get biblical, if we live biblical, break all these curses and all of be straight. We love all them, but hate our own. If they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they is black, then they like me gone. We've been too dark in the light skin zone. So why do we hate us so much? Somebody tell me, why do we hate us so much? We love all them, but hate our own. If they ain't black, they can do no wrong. But if they ain't black, then they like be gone. For being too dark in the light skin zone. So why do we hate us so? Hate us so, hate us so, hate us so.
Zion. Hey yo, Rain, turn that up. Only a few of us gonna make it out. Zion, only you remedy, only you remedy, only you remedy, only you remedy. When is my people gon' learn? If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take what the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return. Only you remedy, 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 only you remedy. When is my people gon' learn. If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take what the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people return. Only a remnant. We at the end and we feeling it. We the same at the sea, but a remnant. Should return to the word when they hearing it. We the sons of Israel. Our word will never fail. Baptizing in Jacob's well. Holy Spirit ain't playing for real. When you get protected, he's sending them plagues. I'm trying to make sure that he's sending rain. All in my life, all in my head, all in my walk, all in my legs. You don't got that blood, you walking dead. Walk as he walk, we should live what it say. Only a remnant gonna be spared. Only a remnant gonna be spared. Abba gon' get us out of these countries. Abba son, let me see who really want me. Forsaking our houses, forsaking our money. We got that signal from heaven, he coming. Drinking his cup, nobody running. Flesh getting weak, but the spirit is gunning. We see the prophecy, we know he coming. We see the prophecy, we know he coming. But it's only a remnant, 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 only a remnant. When my people gon' learn. If you don't come back, you gon' burn. We take what the scriptures confirm. It's time for my people to return.
Right, it's time for our people to return. That's my DJ Baruch, putting on the hits, man. Only a remnant. It's time for our people to return. So we are talking about the unification of the nation of Israel and how are we unified? In what way are we unified? Does that mean that we all have to, walk the same way, wear the same garment, that we can't disagree? We can't argue, we can't fight, we can't have any disruption amongst the nation. That's peace, and everybody loves peace. But even in unification, sometimes there's a lack of peace. Because when we come together, when a group of people come together, you know what they're gonna have? Disagreements. That's why the Father created the governmental structure. That's why we have government. The purpose of having government is people need to be governed. People need to be set on the right course. People's issues with one another need to be taken care of. That's why when Moses, we came out of the wilderness, one of the first orders of setting up us as a people was to set up the captains, of 1,000, 100, 50s, 10s, to what? To hear the matters of the people and govern between the children of Israel. Why would that even be necessary? We were certainly unified when we came out of Egypt.
We're going to all do the same thing 365 days in a year.
We all walked through the Red Sea. We all looked at the Egyptians following us. We didn't want no part of them. Ain't nobody said, oh no, I'm going to go back with the Egyptians. Nobody was saying that. Why? Because the Egyptians was coming after us with drawn swords. It was easy to know what side to be on in those days when that common enemy is rising up against us. It's easy to know what side to be on. But now, once that enemy, the Most High drowned them in the Red Sea, and now we're in the wilderness, we have Korah raising up against Moses and Aaron. We have dissension amongst the nation. Something that we always had, right? It wasn't the fact that we weren't unified. We were unified. We were Israel. We were in the wilderness. But we had dissension amongst the ranks. And we had a lack of peace or a lack of obedience to the Most High God. So those are the things that we need to work on. Our obedience to the Most High God. Our obedience to what we're taught. If we were more obedient,
we would naturally be on the same page.
We wouldn't have all this turmoil. You know, when you see children in a house and the children get along well, usually what they say is, my parents are strict. We can't be fighting one another, right? But if the parents are slack and loose, the children be damn tear each other up in that house. They in the same house, unified under the same roof. But what? They scratching and biting one another. Why? Because the law is loose.
I actually have a precept for you.
Come on.
Even in Psalms chapter 110, verse 3, thy people will be willing in the day of thy power. So in the day of the Most High's power, that's when we're really going to get down with the program and really keep all, have the same quote unquote doctrine and understanding and etc. in the day of the Most High power. When the Most High makes us, like you said, like the parent, we're strict. That's when the Most High shows that metaphorical belt. That's when we're all going to be in one quote. We're going to be truly one.
Family, I want
we're going to be elevated to the level where it needs to be.
I want to know what the family is thinking out there that's watching the show. Put a 1 in the chat if you think Israel is unified. Put a 2 in the chat if you think we are not unified. At this point, I'm going to go through the roll call. I'm going to say shalom to Barzal Matazawa, first in the building. Shalom, officer. All right, we have Captain Shamwa Allah in the building. Roland Doze is in the building. What's up, Levi? All right, we got the big cat, Captain Bayaf Kazak Bunyamyan is in the building. Captain 1000, LOC. God Israel is in the building. My Isha is in the check-in as always. The water for the support. Mariah is in the building. All right, so we have Sister Pure. Tahar is in the building. Shalom, Tahar. The water for being in the building with us tonight. All right, we have Kashakia coming out of NYC is in the building. All right, we have going down the line, got the priest. Oh, the priest is in the building. All right, you better watch your precepts. We got Kaya Rome, the priest, in the building. All right, I'm going down the line. We got that. Okay, we got Enrique, the water for logging on with us. Enrique is in the building. All right, going down the line, we got Anna, the humble one, is in the building. All right, keep going. I'm gonna keep going. All right. Okay, we got Ad Flow is in the building. Shalom. That looks like, I'm looking at that picture. That looks like my sister Winsome. Is that you, Winsome, in that picture? It looks like my sister Winsome in that picture. All right. Donna Yasharala is in the building. Hallelujah. Shalom, sis, for being in the building with us tonight. The water for logging on. Tazalak Banloya is in the building. That's the prophet onto the diaspora of Haiti. Right? Is in the building. The big captain. Oh, no, not the big captain, Salakia. We got the elder in the building. Eldon Marshall is in the building. All right, there's an elder in the house. Watch your mouth. There's an elder in the house. All right, watch what you say. All right, Sister Ellie is in the building. Shalom, always a great supporter. Going through. Sister Shara is in the building. Shalom, sister. Keep going down. Keep rolling up. Keep rolling. All right. John Kraft is in the building. Shalom, John. All right, so now I'm going to check out some of your comments. Remember, I want to see a 1 in the chat if we are unified, a 2 if we're not. John Kraft said we're not unified. Mariah said we're not unified. Anybody think that Israel is unified? I want to hear you in the chat. All right? Cast your votes. That's right, sis. All right, Crucial Palms is in the building. And poetry. Crucial Psalms, and poetry. Crucial Psalms and poetry is in the building. Crucial, are we unified or are we not unified? All right, because that's what we're discussing on the Bring It Out radio show, and I want to know your concepts on things. Adawan, are we saying we are ununified? I am having a hard time understanding why camps are at odds with one another. Are we still ununified? Are we just unified when it comes together to fight others? And are we just unified when it comes together to fight others? Well, how would we know to unify if we weren't unified already?
We'll have an opposition.
Right? Our opposition reveals our hidden unity. Right? The unity is there because why would we come together?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When Israel invaded Palestine, I want to think about this, family. When Israel invaded Palestine, did you run over to the Palestinians and say Israel is fighting us? right? When Palestine sent missiles back to Israel, did you run over to the synagogue and say, Yaakov, Shmirshim, they're firing at us. Yaakov, wake up, right? The enemy is fighting against us. Yaakov, right? Do you call Yaakov on the phone and say, we got a problem? No, you didn't. Why didn't you?
Right.
That's what you got to ask yourself. Why didn't you run over there? Why didn't you run to either one of those sides? Because you have no unity with them. You have no concord with these people.
Look at those other Ishmaelite countries.
Mm-hmm.
What's making them get involved with what's going on over there?
Mm-hmm.
They're watching their quote unquote Islamic and Ishmaelite brothers being bombed and being murdered over there.
Mm-hmm.
If that wasn't the case, everybody would be minding their own business in their own country.
Uh-huh.
They see how the way Amalek is treating them. They say, "Yo, we're gonna get involved. We're getting in there.
We get in there."
Right.
Right. Ishmael got other. Listen, that's one issue. Listen, the Gaza Strip is not even a tenth of the size of Ishmael's nations.
Right.
But when the Gaza Strip had a problem with the Israelis, all the other Palestinian nations, the Ishmaelite nations, rose up. All the Arabs.
Abibi's like, well, not today.
Like, wait a minute, what's going on over here? People that's not even from Gaza. It's like, yo, we don't like this. What's going on here, right? Israelis that's not even in Israel, right? These Russians and these Germans and all these Israelis all over, they like, oh, wait a minute, I don't like what's going on over here.
Right.
Why? Because people assimilate with the people, with their own people. Let me get that verse real quick, right? All creatures are consort of them in their own kind. You put a 1-2 for the same thing. Who said that? Remember, 1 if you're unified, 2 if we think we're not unified. And this is your thoughts on the condition of Israel within this truth.
Right.
What we're doing is painting pictures to show, to reveal the unity, right? Cast your votes, right? So one thing that was brought up was we only unify when we're ready to fight. I don't think we'll be able to unify when the fight comes unless we were already unified.
Right.
And the fight revealed our unity. It made us act upon our unity that was hidden under the surface, hidden with our own little squabbles. It's almost like a husband and wife that fight a lot. They still husband and wife.
Right.
They might fight, but they husband and wife.
That you disrespect the wife in front of them.
Oh, there you go. Let you and your husband and wife, y'all finish fighting, y'all fell asleep. And let somebody come creeping through the window and you hear the stories. And y'all look at each other in the bed. You heard that? I heard that too. When y'all come out that bedroom, are y'all gonna be unified or separated? Are y'all gonna be arguing with each other? Or y'all gonna be looking to see who the hell is in your house?
Right.
Right? Think about that, family. Y'all argued all day and fell asleep. Y'all heard a noise in the other room. He picked up the blinky and you picked up the blankie, right? Because y'all both got it on the side of your bed. When y'all both walked out of that room, were y'all arguing with each other or y'all were looking to see who's in your house? Because an enemy is the way the Heavenly Father unifies us.
Right.
It's one of the ways He unifies us. So let's not belittle that type of unification, right? Read.
This is a scripture that you just gave up.
Well, I'm thinking Hosea 5:15 as well. In our affliction, they shall seek Him early. Oh, no, not really. That's just coming to the Most High. We're unifying ourselves together. We're gonna get some more verses together, but let me get that creature shall consort to their own kind. I'm also going to go back to Isaiah 11. We have some more meat in there. Pause. We have some more food in there for the to understand when it comes to unifying ourselves.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Every beast loveth his like,
Right?
and every man loveth his neighbor.
Come on.
All flesh consorteth according to his to kind,
Right?
and a man will cleave to his like.
Mm-hmm.
What fellowship has the wolf with the lamb?
Right?
So the sinner with the godly.
Mm-hmm.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Right. So when we increase in our righteousness, then our unity will increase. We have to increase in our righteousness. Right? We're unified looking towards the same how would you say, source of righteousness. We all got our Bibles open. We should have our Bibles open. If not physical Bible open, you got your Bible app or you cut it up on another screen and you're going back and forth to your scriptures. Why? Because we're unified into the book. But now, when it's time for us to defend, it's going to bring us tighter together. Mm-hmm. That husband and wife that would heard that noise in the other room, even though they argued all week, when they heard that something fall in the kitchen, right, and they both in the bedroom, and he reached for the bomb, and she's picking up the bam, and they're coming out the room with both of them in their hand. They are not going to turn on each other, talking about I'm with whoever's out in the kitchen, right? And it's not gonna be confusing. They're gonna be out there with the same force and the same mission is what? To get rid of the opposition. The opposition brings us together. I'm going to read some of these comments. All right? Going up the line. We are talking about camps, and now we are talking about he and she. It's the same thing, sister. It's the same thing, Keisha. Camps, he, she, we're people. I'm giving an example of a situation. Right?
Because like you said,
because like if let's say if Fort Lauderdale comes against IUIC and says they can't teach on the corners no more, don't you think we'll be like, yo, they sign a petition saying they chopping us? We'll be dumb to not sign that petition to say they need to let y'all teach. Why? Because if they're not letting them teach, eventually they're not gonna let us teach.
Right.
It's only coming our way.
Right.
We'll be numb in the brain to not understand that we're all in the same thing together, that we're all unified on certain levels. Do we come together to camp? No. Do we come together in the Knesset and schools? No. We don't come together in those levels. Right? Do we come together fashionably? No. Right? They wear one color, we wear many colors, right? But we understand one thing. A common enemy rise up, we're gonna come together.
Right. And I want to give two examples of something I observed. Matter of fact, 3 things I observed. And I'm gonna use 3 elders that from the camera, they seem like they have pure hatred towards each other, right? Mm-hmm. Like you said, if that unification wasn't there, all those brothers that seen those Palestinians rise up on Chicago and on watching for Israel, they want to say, dang, I don't teach, because to my knowledge, HOI doesn't teach Yahushai was Solomon. Watching for Israel too. Right. They would have said, we don't teach that doctrine, that's bugged out, we're not going over there to help them. Right. Why did they go over there? Mm-hmm. Because it was always there, like you said, it was always there, that just brought it out. Right. And it displayed it, right? Mm-hmm. Now, another example is Bishop Nathaniel, the elder Bishop Nathaniel. I remember he was sick not a year ago, right? He was sick, he was going in and out of the hospital. I seen a video of General Yohana, which, he always rebuked Bishop Nathaniel, and Elder Priest Tahar from GMS. Always rebuke Bishop Nathaniel. From the camera, it looks like they have pure hatred towards Bishop Nathaniel, right? Mm-hmm. But they were the same ones saying, keep him in prayer, that the brother recovers. Yeah. The brother recovers from whatever he's going through. Right. No matter how much times they curse him out and rebuke him, they still had it in them to wish well and pray for the brother that he recovers. So it's there. You know why it's there? Because of this. Right. Because of this. We spoke about those 7 spirits. If them 7 spirits dwell in you, you're going to be unified. And it doesn't matter what your camp is, what your school is, how we banter between each other. When the going gets tough, we're going to resort right back to those 7 spirits. I say 2 because we can get together no matter what camp you're from, but I believe we will all unify soon, right? Okay. You believe we'll all unify soon, and we're saying we already are, right? Let's go to our 2 still got some ways to go to be fully unified. But every day is progress. All right, Shalom Abba, Chief. Right, so Taha, I see what you say. But what is fully unified? I think what we really want to see is us at peace,
right? We want to see us teaching the same thing and understanding the same thing. But the Father said that's in His hands.
Right.
Right?
He said He's gonna bring us under the rod.
Under the rod. Right?
The,
so we're gonna get beat into teaching the same thing.
Right.
We're gonna get bummed up to get corrected. And we're gonna pull that out. Matter of fact, we're gonna pull that. That's gonna be another unifying factor. That's the next level of unity when we come out of this captivity and we go into the wilderness. That's our next level of unity. But in this captivity, we're unified, right? As much as we're gonna be in this captivity. Right?
If I could land me back on there, what unified us in the first wilderness? Was it just Moses telling us,
no,
these are the feast days of the Most High, or the Most High saying, this is what it is,
I'm going to jack you up,
or you're going to be under these pile of rocks?
Which
one unified us?
That's it. That pile of rocks.
Right.
When that earth opened up and swallowed Korah and his company, everybody that was alive was like, okay, we shall follow. You know what I'm saying? We got to put, Israel need fear to keep them in line. If we don't have no fear, we won't be in line. Everybody's going to start looking at each other and determining who's right and wrong, who's better than who. That is in our nature, right? Go back to Isaiah 11. Let's go to Isaiah 11. I want to show y'all something. Something He said in the Spirit through Yahushua. We're going back to Isaiah 11. I know we read the first two verses. Read verse 3.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 11, verse 3.
Yeah.
And shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of Yahweh. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes.
He shall not what?
Judge after the sight of his eyes.
So what we're going to learn how not to do is just judge by the sight of our eyes. Right? We see things a certain way. Everybody's perspective is different, but we're not going to use that for our judgment. But what we will use to judge, read.
Neither reprove after the hearing of his ears,
right?
But with righteousness.
But with what?
With righteousness.
But with righteousness, right?
Shall he judge the poor, and reprove the equity of the meek of the earth, and he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked.
Right. So the truth is what's going to be so powerful in the earth. The truth is what unifies us. Not how we think and how we see things. Well, I see things this way.
Right.
And I think things are like this. Or I heard this. Or I heard that. When you have those divisions that are amongst us. And we have to be careful of those divisions amongst us. But even in our unified state, there's divisions amongst us. There's things that cause small separations in our heart, soul, and mind. And we have to root those things out. They do not belong in the body of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. If your body got divisions, you got problems.
Right.
Right? So you must want division. You got muscle spasms, your leg doing one thing, you want it to do one thing, it's doing something else. You got problems, right? Read. Verse 5.
And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins.
Right. So righteousness shall pull us together. What does a girdle use? Right? Ladies, what's a girdle used for? Right? It's to come to pull it together. Right? So in righteousness shall pull us together. It shall girdle us, make us tighter. Right? Increase our unification.
Right.
Right? We're already unified, but it needs to increase. We need to be increased. We need to be unified on more levels, right? Like sometimes in my marriage classes, I ask some of my students that's going through the marriage classes, how married do you plan on being? How married? Because you could be married to somebody, but you don't have you're not married in everything you do. You're married here in the bedroom, but in the boardroom, I'm in there, you don't come in there, right? You're not married in there, right? But if you married, how many rooms are you married in, right? How many things are you unified in, right? That's a tighter girding. You're still married, but you need to tighten up, right? Let's read.
The wolf also should dwell with the lamb. And
wait a minute. Now, naturally, does the wolf dwell with the lamb, family? Naturally, the wolf does not dwell with the lamb, but he said the wolf shall dwell with the lamb. What does that mean in a metaphorical state? That's a metaphor. That means two that normally wouldn't hang together is going to come together.
Right.
If you look at camps nowadays, right, we got brothers in one camp that's ex-con men, church pastors. We got Batman from the corner.
Right.
And we got
ex-Bloods and Crips,
computer nerds, right? We got online gangsters and real life gangsters. Everybody comes out of whatever they was doing. When you come to this truth, you come from whatever you was doing. And you come and unify under these laws, statutes, commandments, and the Most High. Before, when you was in the world, you was in the dance hall world, you didn't really deal with hip hop. Straight vibes cartel all day, right? But when you come into the truth, you coming from everywhere you was, and you're unified. So now the wolf and the lamb is chilling.
Right.
Why are they chilling? Because of the Yahushua, right? Because of Yahushua. You know, we know straight. There's brothers that's in the camp that listen. Back in the days in the world, you would never hang with this person. This person's trouble, right? Mm-hmm. But now in this truth, that's your brother. You know what I'm saying? In the truth made this lamb and wolf can hang. Read.
The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb.
Yeah.
And the leopard shall lie down with the kid.
Right.
And the calf and the young lion
mm-hmm.
and the fatling together.
Mm-hmm.
And the little child shall lead them.
And the little child shall lead them, mean that what? You got young men leading older men, right? Wait a minute. That's normal. That's backwards. Is it really? Because when you come to the Spirit of the Most High Yahweh, nothing ain't backwards. Everything is in the order of the Father. Everything is in order of the Most High. If he put the Spirit on that, when the Spirit was put on Daniel in the history of Susanna, Daniel was a young man. Mm-hmm. He came and rebuked all the elders in there.
I think they still call him a child today. Yeah. He might be under 20.
He was a young man.
Right.
And he set the whole place straight. When the Spirit came upon Yahushua when he was 12, he was rebuking elders and people that had position in government. Yahushua was confounding them.
Right.
Read.
And the little child shall lead them, mm-hmm. and the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, mm-hmm. and the lion shall eat straw like the ox, and the suckling child shall play on the hole of the asp, mm-hmm. and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den.
Right. So all these things are things of danger. Would have been dangerous in normal conditions,
right? In
normal situations. But through the Spirit of Mashiach Yahushua, through these 7 spirits, they're able to dwell together. This is a metaphor for what happens when the Spirit of the Most High comes within your household, comes within your Knesset, your school, amongst the brethren. You're now able to deal with people that you would have never dealt with before, right? Remember when Peter was on the mountaintop, on the rooftop, and the Most High sent him the vision of the sheet with all the unclean beasts, and then what he going to do with it? When he came off the rooftop, he understood when he went to meet Cornelius that this is what Yahushua was, the Most High was telling him, right? That you're going to deal with people that you would have never dealt with,
right? Because
you don't touch no unclean, right? Listen, you keep the laws. You don't deal with no unclean business. Right. But what? You went up in this man's house, broke bread and everything. Bless him, his family. They all repented. Hallelujah. You didn't expect that. Peter didn't expect that. But with the Spirit of the Most High Yahushua, what you don't expect, you can't have no expectation. Put it like that. You can't have no expectation with the Most High Yahushua. Right? You can't say, man, these people never hear this word over here. You might go prophesy in front of the KOD. Right? They might come right off the pole into the truth. They might hop off the pole, put a dress on, and be in the truth for the rest of their life.
I remember Gorilla Hebrew made a song. He had a lyric. He has a lyric in the song that said that She used to have Megan knees, like Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
Now she got praying knees.
That's
you
it.
don't see that in the truth.
Right. Making knees to praying knees. That's a beautiful statement. That's the power of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. And that's the unification that we're talking about. We're talking about the unification the scriptures talking about, that we're going to see things. We're going to understand. We're sewing our cords together. Mm-hmm. Our cords that was broken asunder are being brought back together. So that the suckling child shall play in the hole of the asp. What's an asp? A snake. A poisonous snake. But a child can play near the hole of an asp. Meaning where a snake is in there, but he won't bite him. Because he's a snake, but he ain't a snake no more. A snake is not even a snake anymore in the Mashiach Yahushua. So we can understand what the scriptures say.
Right.
Right? A snake is supposed to bite him, but he won't because he can't, because he's in the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. Because he's unified. Right? There was a time where I know growing up, you couldn't go in certain neighborhoods. Right? If you wasn't from East New York, you had no business over there. Right? I'm from East Flatbush. You go to East New York, what you doing over here? Who you know over here? What's up? What's good? Right? Now, when you got your fridges on, you go anywhere.
Right.
You got it's like your fridge is like an international passport, right? You can go anywhere with your fridge on.
Screaming at people, all right, bro, you good.
You know what I'm saying? You throw your garment on, you are fresh to go anywhere. Nobody gonna question your presence. Why? Because your presence come with the spirit of Mashiach Yahushua. And this is the unifying force. That's why I can fly to Chicago. We can fly to any hood, any state, anywhere. Find a brother that's out there and we can link up. Why not? Because that's the power of the Most High Mashiach Yahushua. Let's read. They shall not hurt nor destroy.
They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain.
In all my holy mountain.
For the earth,
right?
For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh.
Shall be what?
Shall be full of the knowledge of Yahweh.
Read.
As the water covered the sea.
Because of your knowledge of Yahweh, the hurt will not come your way. Because the knowledge of Yahweh, we can all dwell together. Read on. And in that day, right,
there shall be a root of Jesse.
Root of Jesse.
Which shall stand for an ensign of the people.
For what?
An ensign of the people.
Meaning that what? An ensign is a sign is something that you follow. When a sign says, what's that? Left or right, it's telling you which way to go. When a sign says enter or do not enter, it's telling you which way to go. Yahushua is the ensign to Israel to tell us where to go, what to do. Right? He is the ensign. So we look towards him and say, okay, how are we supposed to be with our brethren?
Right.
Yahushua told the disciples, he said, I am not sent but unto the lost tribes of Israel. The lost tribes of Israel. So he's talking to these Judites and Benjamites and Levites saying, I am here to get your brethren back with y'all, right? To link the nation back together. That's what he's telling them. When he said the lost tribes of Israel, he's referring to Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali. He said, I'm here to link Israel and make it one nation again. Read.
And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people.
See what's happening? Go ahead.
Which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea.
Read.
And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth.
And that's what he's doing right. We're living that right now. We're living this prophecy. A lot of us, we read this prophecy as a future thing. Oh, this was going to happen in the future. It's already happening. He's already gathering his people from every nation. How is he doing it? Just how y'all listening to right now. Y'all listening on YouTube. It could have people from every nation listening on the YouTube saying, Khan, I see it in the scriptures. That's what he's doing, right? Gathering Israel from every nation. That's why in the time of Yahweh, in the time of Acts, there were people from every nation coming to hear the Spirit of the Most High through the Spirit of Mashiach Yahushua and be edified out of every nation. Israelites, right? Every nation means every border, around every culture. We're everywhere, right? Israel is all through the earth. So are we unified in these understandings? I would have to put a 1 in the chat if I was in the chat, right? But I'm reading it, right, family, and I appreciate everybody that's commenting and getting involved in the conversation. Yeah. Never give up, never give in. That's right. Love this. Good point, Elder. That fear will do it. That's right. That's what the fear does. I digress. We are the ununified. We are to be ununified at all times. Not sure what that means. Because we have some goals, the destruction of the wicked world and the coming of our Savior. That's exactly correct, right? We have those goals in common, right? We're all looking to get out of here, right? So we're all looking to get out of here. We're unified in that purpose as well, right? Anybody think that America is the kingdom, right? Right? Anybody think America is the kingdom? If you think America is the kingdom, right? No, I'm not even going to ask that question.
They could stay here. When y'all return, we'll leave.
I don't want to know for that. If you know America is not the kingdom, let's put a 1 in the chat, right? If you know America is not the kingdom, that the land that we're living in is not our rest. This is not our kingdom. Give me Micah 2:10. If you understand what Micah 2:10 is saying, put a 1 in the chat, Micah 2:10 on the deck. Because we got to understand, this ain't it, right? America, and some of y'all are from another country online, England, Europe, the Caribbean, Canada, that is not the kingdom. Matter of fact, the kingdom not even in Jerusalem right now. As scriptures say, I know y'all all say y'all Lord's Prayer every day, right? Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. What's the next 3 words? Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. So there is no kingdom now. The kingdom is coming. It is not now, nowhere. It is within you, though, if you manifest the ways of the kingdom. It's in your heart, soul, and mind. And when I see you, I should see the kingdom, right? And that takes us taking off our worldly, reputation, right? That's why we change our names when we come to Israel, because we take away that worldly reputation, right? That shum. Shum in Hebrew means name, but it also means reputation, right? And we want to take out, and we're going to change that shum. We want that shum to be of the Most High. Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushua. We want our name to be after the Most High. So this is not our claim. It's clear. This is not the kingdom. This is understood. So if we understand that, then we know we're unified. We're unified. And another point, we're unified that we all want to get out of here. All right. So unity has degrees. So we could get it down to layman's terms. Unity has degrees. Unity has levels. Right? We are unified in the way we must be unified, and we can only increase. Right? We increase in the number, but we also increase it in the power of our unity, the strength of our unity. Right? 2 hands can unify, but 2 fingers can unify. 4 is stronger, 5 is stronger, then you go like that, it's even stronger. So we need to unify on more points in life, and that the Most High is going to correct us, right? Because it's our cords that they broke. Right. Let me get that scripture. We cast their cords asunder. Look up that verse for me. We cast our cords asunder, because what kept us together as a nation is our cords, which is our culture, our commandments, our laws. That's what kept us together. And as we broke them, it's like we broke what made us one. One by one, we broke all our cords. When you wear your fringes, these are your cords, right? And one by one, we broke the cords that tie us together. But one by one, we're mending them together. Read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 2, verse 2 to 3.
Okay.
The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands.
Let's break their bands. That's
asunder.
It. Right?
And cast away their cords from us.
Right. That's our cords and our bands is our laws, statutes, and our commandments. Our God. That's what keeps us together. That's how we became a nation in the hand of the Most High. Right? We were a nation. He said we were like everybody else, but he chose us. He said, did I not check? I loved Israel and I hated Esau. And he gave us his law, statutes, and commandments because he loved us. Right? So that love that keeps us together, the better we are at the commandments, the better we are to be a unification. That's what we're missing. Right? It's not a feeling, it's obedience. Right? It's obedience. Obedience will break that any chain. It's like bad children. I go back to that same analogy of bad children. Right? Bad children always fight each other. Right? Good children, they dwell together peacefully. They play together. You see children playing together nicely, we say these some good children. You see bad children fighting and biting and scratching, right? You know what? You used to deal with children. You know, the bad children don't get along with nobody.
Nope.
Right? That's because we don't get along because we bad children. And as good as we get our discipline together, then we'll see us dwelling a lot better.
Sometimes you gotta flip them, and then after that, then you see the change of behavior.
You get the bomb on them, then now they want to get right. When we get the bomb on us, we're gonna get right. Right? You're exactly right. The more unity, the more ready we'll be. That's absolutely right. The more ready we'll be, but we gotta start with something. And it's really in us diving into this word, diving into ourselves. You know, I had a couple of comments I want to go into this real quick. So we're talking about the unity of Israel. So what's the when? When is it now or is it in the future? Are we unifying now or are we unifying in the future? And are we unifying in the flesh or the spirit? All right, so here's a question. If the unity of Israel, are we unifying now or we need to wait to the future? Right? Are we unifying in the spirit or in the flesh? Those are two questions out there. Now or in the future, spirit or versus the flesh. Because a lot of us, we want to see us unify in the flesh.
Right.
They like to see numbers, right? When they see the Israelites marching down the street and there's about 10,000 of them, you feel nice. You feel strong. But you don't know how unified they really are, right? That unity in the spirit, we may not be standing in the same building or walking down the same avenue, but that don't mean we're not unified. All of you are my brothers and sisters in the chat right now. We unified in the spirit really right now. We in the book together. We dwelling in the book together, right? We're looking at this word. We're understanding what Yahweh is telling us together, right? We're discussing it. I'm reading your comments. I see the big one from Tahar. I see the Khan, right? It's me, right? Adflow is conversing with it's me, and my Isha Mariah is conversing with Adflow. That's what we're talking about. We're unified in the spirit. And this is what the Most High has called us to do, and this is what we're doing. So we're doing it. So stop waiting for something to happen. Remember, the kingdom of heaven will not come with observation. You are the kingdom of heaven. Do and act and move kingdom-wise. And you don't have to be waiting on anything. When somebody asks you about the kingdom, say, I'm moving in my kingdom. Until the Most High bring his kingdom, right? I'm moving in the kingdom that's now.
Right.
Right? I'm moving in the kingdom that's now. You can't, I'm not waiting on nobody. I'm not going to be wicked until otherwise told. Right? I'm not holding on to no wickedness. I'm going to let it go now. Right? Read. Oh, let me go another one. Where shall the unity happen? Will it happen in captivity or do we have to wait for the kingdom? Will it happen in the metaverse or in this universe? Okay? Will the captivity, where will the unity happen? In captivity, or do we have to wait for the kingdom? Is it going to happen in the metaverse or in this universe? And the funny thing about Esau in this metaverse, he's real slick with his metaverse, because he noticed that when people started to, when this internet became a household thing, everybody has it. Everybody has a phone. Everybody has a way of looking into into this black mirror, right? Right? We have a way of looking into another world. Esau wants to rule that world too, right? So there's a physical world where you're physically sitting. He already got this world, right? Right? We read Job 9:24. Earth is given to the wicked, right? So he got this world, but he's making sure he got that world too. So he wants to rule you in the metaverse. But what's going to happen is, my answer to this question is, we're going to unify in captivity and furthermore in the kingdom.
Right.
And we're gonna unify in the metaverse and in the universe. Right? We're gonna gather together in small numbers in the flesh, right? But we also gonna gather together in big numbers online.
To land back on that, Clubhouse is a perfect example of that.
Clubhouse.
There was a lot of unification against the Christianity.
What's the other one called?
Fan base.
Fan base. Clubhouse, fan base. I mean, we made YouTube what it is. They can front it they want, but then nobody got no more videos than Israelites on YouTube. Right? Nobody got more videos than Israelites on YouTube. Right? Nobody. Right? We got this thing, we don't take this thing to the next level. Right? Facebook. They said we're the fastest growing group on Facebook. And that came from Mark Zuckerberg himself. He said this Israelite thing is the fastest growing thing on Facebook. Everybody's is a Yadis and they never seen it. It's a takeover.
This, right.
It's a takeover. How is this happening? It's happening because we unified in the spirit. Right? One other point I wanted to bring out in the scriptures. What scripture that was coming to my mind? We finished I also want to talk about the generations. A lot of us are first generation Israelites. Is the first generation Israelites going to lead the charge? And what I mean first generation Israelites mean your parents were not Israelites, right? You are the first generation in your family to be an Israelite, right? Is the first generation Israelites in this kingdom going to lead the charge, or is it going to be the second generation that's going to make it happen? We can't get it right, or can we get it right? Or is it going to be the second generation? Because remember, we came out of Egypt, it wasn't the first generation that made it. Right. It was actually the second generation that made it into the promised land.
Let's pray.
The first generation,
is not like
we had a lot of issues, right? But let it be the kingdom anyway. Let's get. That's what I was going to. Ezekiel 20. Ezekiel 20 verse 33. That brought back what I was.
It's like the Most High says, 90 years and upward. Everybody under you good. I'm almost 30, so I don't fit the category anymore.
Right? Is it going to be us first generation Israelites, or we got to pass it off to our children? Maybe they'll make it, right? But all in all, we all got to be working towards that goal, right? If we go all in this kingdom, at least we should be in the kingdom within our heart, soul, and mind. We should create the kingdom that within us. We need to manifest it, right? When you're getting ready, right now, a lot of you in your households, you should be getting ready for Hanukkah, right? You should be setting forth your Hanukkah decorations. You should be getting ready your Hanukkah plans. Oh, I'm going to do this Hanukkah. We should be in that mode right now. See, the world is looking at Thanksgiving. We're separated from that world. That we have no unity with. But we do have a unity with Hanukkah, right? So we should be getting prepared for the Hanukkah, going over the story, Judas Maccabees, how we fought against our enemies, and we took the kingdom, we took our temple back, and we cheered, and we beat our enemy that was over us in number. This is a military victory that we're celebrating during the Hanukkah, right? And that's something we're supposed to be looking forward to. We've got to be unified in that, right? I know some people got some different calendars, how they calculate the moon, and that's just that's just really quite what it is. It's a device to keep us separated, but we don't let it get us separated. If brother got a different date for the Hanukkah or whatever, well, you know, brother, I pray you have a wonderful Hanukkah, because we're going to have one too.
Right.
And we calculated the best way we understand how, and you calculate the best way you understand how. If you want to unify on that, we can sit at the table and see if we can. But if we can't, you still my brother. And that's the part that we have to understand. We need to prepare ourselves now. Therefore, it should be something we should practice now while we are living in captivity. Absolutely. All right. Yes, I need a calendar for our holidays. Okay, we got to put a link. You put a link in the chat for our calendar, Baba Kusha. Right. We need to unify now in the spirit. No man knows the hour, so we have to always be prepared for Yahweh's coming without shame. Right. So in the spirit, what does that mean in the spirit? I people say in the spirit. In the spirit means in your mind. Where's your spirit? Your spirit is in your mind. If you're unified in your thoughts, then you're unified. Simple and plain. And the only person that knows that can control your thoughts is who? You got it. You. Right? So you got to. So when we meet up, we're unified in the spirit of the Most High. Right. But you got to work on your unification, and I got to work on mine. Right? So when we come together, that's not the time to work on it then. You got to work on it now. Right? And that's a thought. That's a perspective on how you view your brothers and sisters. If you view your brothers and sisters as fellow citizens of the kingdom of heaven, that's what you're looking at. If you view your brothers and sisters as descendants of the Most High God, God's chosen people, right? You don't look at them as niggas and a problem and a bitch and all these things that we looked at each other as all these years. Then you're unified in the spirit already. And Yah is prepared for you. But if you're still looking at each other in a worldly state, you are the one that's not unified, not us, right? And you have to work on your unification, not us, right? You got that? Ezekiel 20:33?
Go ahead.
Right.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20, verse 33.
Go ahead.
As I live, saith Yahweh, with power, surely with a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out will I rule over you.
Okay, he's going to rule over us. That means he's going to set us straight. Go ahead.
And I will bring you out from the people, and I will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered.
Now, he said he's going to take us out of the countries that we're scattered. So this is another type of unification. This is the physical, flesh unification. Go ahead.
With a mighty hand, and with a stretched out arm, and with fury poured out.
When he comes to get us out of these lands, it ain't going to be a quiet exodus.
Right.
It ain't going to be, we got on plane tickets, and we flew somewhere nice and quietly, and we came out the checkpoint,
right.
And and they said, welcome home, welcome to the wilderness. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be with fury poured out, meaning it's going to be destruction, bombs going to be blowing up, people going to be killed, and we're going to be going to the wilderness.
Right.
Read.
And I will bring you into the wilderness of the people.
Yep.
And there will I plead with you face to face.
And there, when he can get us alone, away from the other nations, will he plead to us face to face. Go ahead.
1 second. And like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, save Yahweh power.
Go ahead.
And I will cause you to pass under the rod.
Right.
And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant.
Come on.
And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
There's still going to be rebels amongst us. Even in our unified flesh state, even after we come out of this captivity and we gone into the wilderness, there will still be rebels amongst Israel. So don't worry about the rebels. Don't even take the rebels out. Don't worry about them. You don't be the rebel. That's the main thing. Don't worry about who got rebellious spirit with who. That's not your business. Your business is don't let you be the rebel. Read.
And I'll purge out from among you the rebels, and them that transgress against me.
Go ahead.
And I'll bring them forth out of the country wherein they sojourn. And they shall not enter into the land of Israel.
Come on.
And ye shall know that I am Yahweh power.
Come on.
As for you, O house of Israel, thus saith Yahweh power. Go ye, serve ye every one his idols, and hereafter also. If you will not hearken unto me, but pollute ye my holy name, no more with your gifts, with your idols.
Right.
For in my holy mountain, in the mountain of the height of Israel, saith Yahweh power, there shall all the house of Israel, all of them in the land, serve me.
Right.
There will I accept them, and there will I require your offerings, the first fruits of your oblations, with all your holy things.
Right. So that's when we're going to be right with the Father. We ain't going to be right to the Father until we go through the wilderness. So you can't think that we're going to have a mega church on this side. You can't think that we're going to be all 100 on this side. We're not going to be 100 on this side. We got to look at what we got going on. Is we doing pretty good. Keep pushing to the mark. Work on yourself. Don't worry about seeing all the camps under one roof. Don't worry about seeing everybody getting together. You know what? There's going to be some decision between camps. Don't let that dismay you. These are the times that you're living in. You can't make the prophecy something that's not written. You have to follow the prophecy as it is written. And it's not written for us to be all under one roof. It's not written for us to all get along. It's great on this side. What's written is that we're going to unify under the bands and the cords of the scriptures, the seven spirits. That's what's unified in the scriptures. Family, I hope this made sense, and I hope this message reaches you all. It was a pleasure to be with you on the line with y'all tonight. I thank the Most High, Mashiach Yahweh Shai, for the opportunity to share this word with you. This is the Bring It Out Radio Show. All right. Until we meet again next Tuesday, all right, we're going to meditate on the things that you heard tonight, review these words and these lessons. Hope you wrote down some of these scriptures, and I hope it touches you and your family. And I hope the Most High bless and keep you throughout the week until we meet again next Tuesday. Cap, anything to say?
Israel, continue praying that the Most High, he continued doing his wonderful works in the east.
Right.
And he deliver us out of
the wonderful bombs dropping. Right? With that being said, DJ Baruch, take them away. Family, until we meet again. Shalom.
We got this. We got this.
Got to run the mountain up, boy.
We got this. We got this.
Just say Most High, boy.
We got this. We got this.
Got to run the mountain up, boy.
We got this. We got this.
Let it go.
We got this. We got this.
I just want to make it in the kingdom, boy.
We got this. We got this.
Just say me in the house, boy.
We got
In the gate, you heard me.
We got this.
Got to run the mountain up, boy.
Revelation.
We make six, we the ones on the front line yelling out 12 tribes. Bring it back to a gunfight, better reconsider your thoughts before you take flight. Remember Antioch and Maccabees, you know the covenant would never leave. And still is all there inside of me. We the light, so we gotta lead. Last day, so we make them bleed, so we make them see. Warm Yasharala, all praises to us. I can see the nation on the rise. They can never ever stop it, but a reprobated mind become a reprobated soul. And a reprobated soul to a reprobated hole. Destruction, no place at the door. It's burning your flesh and let's leave in your soul. Temptation can kill when lust is fulfilled. Remember, keep silent and fair what a real. So I'm close in the most out, feeling like you're taking out my vision, be spiritual. You don't want to be in last place, try to make it like a maze, hoping you can make it to the golden gates. Revelation be revealed to the seals to get me down. I roll on the game like choice. The kingdom ain't here in this world, it's so wicked, it seems like we live in our nowadays. Let's do what he did for his people. If we ever forget, took it straight out of Egypt. Keep up and do it again. Get rid of the Egypt. We need to put down the sand. Look what he did for his people. Look what he did for his people. Look what he did for his people. If we ever forget, he took it straight out of Egypt. Keep up and do it again. Get rid of the Egypt. We need to put down the sand. Look what
what he did for his people, yeah. Look what he did for his people, yeah. He cut their head off a day ago. He took us right out of Egypt. Brought down the walls of Jericho. Did that by the voice of his people. We went to war with Amalek. Moses lift up his arm, we prevailed. Elijah go fight from heaven. Messiah took the keys of hell. Don't get it 300 men, give them trumpets. The God of Abraham who really wanted. Protected James, lost them lions and nothing. We had the Amorite dying and running. The father said hailstones and they crushed them. Open waters with the ark of the covenant. Pharaoh chariots, they really discovered it. Shout out to Black and it sound like some loving it. He gonna deliver us out of this lane. He did it once, about to do it again. Ancient of days, see your mighty hand. We reading your prophets and trusting your plan. Picking honey, follow, we want the lane. I hold them fake Jews, hear what I'm saying. He did it once, about to do it again. He did it once, about to do it again. Look what he did for his people. How can we ever forget? He took it straight out of Egypt. He about to do it again. Father, get rid of the Egypt. We need to put down the same. Look what he did for his people. Look what he did for his people, yeah. Look what he did for his people. How can we ever forget? He took it straight out of Egypt. He about to do it again. Father, get rid of the Egypt. We need to put down the same. Look what he did for his people, yeah. Look what he did for his people, yeah. How can we ever forget? We about to do it again.
Yo. God keep blessing me, man. His name is
I ain't gotta have money rain to consider him blessing me. Cause even in midst of necessities, more of my lesson. You fuss it along, but we learn how to manage and that make us boss. Happy for both when you race with them dogs. Fight for your food with no spoon in your mouth. Caught on the track cause he just can't go somewhere. Yeah, I can go on and now let me go off. Woke up this morning, took a deep breath. Hit a knee and thank her for my reset. You ever took a shower with no heat black? What about hamburger helper with no meat? Now you saying we as people gotta see that. Definition of a sins, yeah, I need that. He told us we were stealing, so I'm already winning. Cause I'm lucky he ain't running away with me, yeah. See a lot of us saying that they fear me, but the conscience ain't serious, they ain't serious. Cause they hot for now, cause they got bling out, but they will put you out like a cigarette. Tribulation, that add experience, and the patience come with experience. And that add hope to a shame now, no, cause your testimony make it clear. And with the perfect love, you ain't scary. You proclaim that truth, let them hear it. People legally blind, so I'm signs of the time, so you see it, they looking like barely. I'm blessed that I talk and they listen. Place by this time, so I must pay attention. Now the end time's here, but our salvation lives, so I'm blessed, we ain't need much trick. Yeah, yeah. You're blessing me, blessing me. Blessing me. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's Lord shall bring me into Egypt. That's prophecy. And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee. Yeah, that's prophecy. I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. Yeah, slave ships, yeah, that's prophecy, grave ships, yeah, that's prophecy, we nameless, yeah, that's prophecy, no lane switch, ain't no stopping me, let's go, slave ships, yeah, that's prophecy, grave ships, yeah, that's prophecy, we nameless, yeah, that's prophecy, no lane switch, okay, ain't no stopping me, let's go, I see pain all around my people, yeah, that's prophecy, too much sin, caught up in this evil, listen lies to see, cut up the drugs, gas up in my spirit, ain't no broccoli, spreading the word, give my people knowledge, we be dropping seeds, I pray the most high, root them up, we straight away from my God, now we down bad, popping pills, suited up, trying to wake up the sheep, get them out of sleep, all my bros suited up, school song with the armor, with the Godspeed, they can't stop me, cause I'm too strong with the Father, as long as we on the side, we will never lose, breaking up the lies, we gon' tell the truth, we the Israelites, if we living right, then we got protected from the devil's moves, faith on 100, I need it, demons, they got us defeated, but it's on the rise up, got my eyes up in flames cause I'm heated. It's on sight when they see us. We on flight, they can't reach us. The wicked pastor can't teach us. Gotta keep the Bible strapped as my demons. Prophecy being fulfilled. Last days getting real. Keep the commandments, you gon' be protected, but if you don't, you be killed. Slave ships, yeah, that's prophecy. Grave ships, yeah, that's prophecy. We nameless, yeah, that's prophecy. No lane switch, ain't no stopping me. Let's go. Slave ships, yeah, that's prophecy. Grave ships, nameless. Yeah, that's prophecy, that's prophecy. Be nameless. Yeah, that's prophecy, that's prophecy. No lane switch. Ain't no stopping me. Let's go, let's go.
Those shall see no more again. So man, so mine.
Let's go. Yeah, we study prophets, last days, we in the presence, we don't got much options, living curses, we need some blessings, bodies filling coffins, people dying like every second, and it's never stopping, so much trials and this oppression, man, it's crazy, but we cannot lose faith, going hard for the truth's sake, telling my people that need to come back to the Most High, so it's too late, old man gotta cut them up, and today is a new day, bounce back, wanna fall down, gotta choose grace, cause we can't hold on God, he gon' keep us low, take away that pride, now it's time to grow. I dwell with my brethren. That's what I was told. Trying to stack that gold in heaven till it overflows. Oh, that's a fact. We was living lavish. Now we glorify the trap. Came about the world. I pray I'm never going back. Past the state of laws. No way. Well, yeah, that's cap. We not having that. Prophecy coming through back to back. Slave ships. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Grave ships. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Be nameless. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. No lane switch. Ain't no stopping me. Let's go. Let's go. Slave ships. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Grave ships. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. Be nameless. Yeah, that's prophecy. That's prophecy. No lane switch. Ain't no stopping me. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. You know how that go though? I said, you know how that go though? Since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. They love me at my worst, but now they hate what I became. I put my salvation before the money and the fame. Lost some partners on the way, but I just dropped it to the game. It used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. It used to be my homie, now you act like you don't know me. People smile in your face, but they be wicked and they phony. Tell me who should I fear with the 1611 on me?
When I was on the corner selling drugs with the thugs, popping bottles in the club, everybody showed me love. But since I came in this truth, my people don't treat me the same. When they see me with my fringes on, they looking at me strange. I guess they hate what I've been